Hello, and welcome to my garage. This is a vanilla standard start, as you can see up in the top left corner, that we started with $10,000. If we hit escape, there is no mod button down here, so there are no mods installed right now. And I just wanted to kind of do a quick start kind of guide on how to get going when you first start up a brand new game. So of course, when you come in, you're going to have a huge mess. The easiest thing to do is pull out your backpack with tab, pick everything up with E. This helps the cleaning process a little bit faster. And then you're going to go ahead and just drop everything onto the bench. And then there's another one right there. So the best way to get started is we're going to first head over to this shop over here. It's going to help us a little bit. Okay, and what we want to buy here is going to be just one of these.
Good morning.
And this is the only thing that we're going to need to start with. And you're just going to bring this over to your table here. And we're just going to stick all of the tools in here to start off with. This is going to keep yourself a little bit more organized, and everything will fit in here. We don't want to put that in quite yet. You want to go ahead and attach your yellow pad to this first. There we go. And let's get the rest of this into the toolbox. Okay, now once you have all your tools in there, take your Bondo that was in this little clear container right here. Go ahead and put that into your bag, and then let's take our toolbox and we're going to head straight across the street over to this used car lot. So I just wanted to kind of make this video as a way for new players to know what to do and how to kind of make money just starting off in the game. Some people find it kind of hard to make money in this game. Others will find it fairly easy. So anyway, what we want to do is come into this used car lot, and then we're going to be looking for vehicles that have a low rust star. The lower the better. This one's at a 4-star. We could probably still make a little bit of money off of it. This one's at a 4-star, and this one as well. Okay, so out of these selections, these aren't the best cars to be flipping, but we're going to do it anyway. This one here, on the other hand, we couldn't even afford because we don't have the money. So let's grab this lad here for $8,000. It's going to put us almost broke down to $2,000. But this is going to be the way that you just kind of start off making money kind of fast, right? So the first thing that you want to do is get your grinder with your yellow pad. And we're going to just remove all the rust. Okay, that did disappear as well. We're going to check the car with I, and we can see there's still rust on there as there's still only 4 stars. So let's keep going around the vehicle here and check in the rest of the panels. Okay, the rest of the bottom looks really good, and up here it does not look good. Here's some rust on this thing. There we go, and if we look at it now, all the rust has been removed. It's now worth $11,800. The next step you want to do is grab your hammer out of your tool chest, which is right here, and we're going to make sure there's no dented parts on this car. So you're just going to kind of hover over it. Oh, look, we missed some rust, by the way. So we're just going to go ahead and grab this rust real quick. There we go. There we go. It looks like it disappeared. And if we come in, it did not. We can still see some rust on the inside of these rocker panels. These rockers are a little bit more tricky. You can get rust on all sides. Anyway, let's continue with the hammer. What you're looking for is that little white dot. It's going to turn into a hammer. Okay. There's no dents on this thing, so we don't have to worry about doing any of that. So the next thing that we need to do is paint it. So we're going to hit I. We're going to look at the paint color up here. We can see the current color is E671D8. And that's all we're going to do is we're just going to buy this exact paint color right here. So E671D8. We're just going to head back over to the shop and grab that. E671D8, go to the catalog, hit color, E671D8, press enter. That is the color. We're just going to buy one spray can Okay, so we're back over at the car. Let's go ahead and grab these little spots that we did. There we go. Let's grab the center one, right? And then we had this back panel. We had this back piece, and then we had the rocker. We had this outside rocker, as well as we did grind some on the inside. So just jump inside and just make sure you hit it. Let's take a look at it. Okay, we didn't get it all yet. We still are missing a star on this color condition. So let's go ahead and make sure that we get all of that paint. And if you look on the back here, we can see that there's actually a green panel on here. So we didn't need to make sure the entire car is painted this vibrant pink color, right? So we're just going to come back through, get this back piece painted. There we go. Let's come around the front. Let's make sure it's all the same color. It is. We have a beautiful looking Barbie mobile. Let's hit I and check it out. It is now at a full 5 stars, and this is now worth 12.5 thousand. Let's go ahead and sell it. And now we're up to 15,000. So that was a quick almost $5,000 that we made here. So we're just going to keep on doing this over and over until we get to a decent amount of money. If you don't know, this garage is expandable, but it does cost $50,000. That's not $50, so it's $50,000. You could also destroy the whole building for 5, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to sleep at the couch here. Just come over to it, press enter. It's a new day. So let's head back over to the used car lot and see if we can find another car to flip. All right, she's loaded up. It looks like we have another lad. We're not going to probably be able to afford this, and we probably wouldn't want to. I mean, there's a decent amount of rust on it. It's 14.2. We could actually afford this, so we are actually. We're going to grab that. We could also grab this. We could easily afford this, but we're not. Let's take a look at the Jesse real quick. And we could also take this for 10,000 because we do have the money. This one's a little bit more beat up with dents. You could see right here. Now, if we could pound that out, that would be helpful. But let's go ahead and grab this one first. It's going to put us almost broke, but that's okay. That's quite okay. We have $329. Remember, paint only costs 20 bucks. So as long as you have enough money for paint, that's all that's going to really matter. Let's do the same thing. Let's remove the rust first. There we go. We're going to open up the door, and we can see that this door actually still has rust behind here. So let's hit it. It did disappear, so we might not have to take off that panel, but let's grab the top of that. There we go. Let's hit I. We could see that all of the rust is done now. We are sitting at a 5 star. So now all we have to do is paint this thing. We are going to look at it just one more time, just to make sure we did get all the rust. Sometimes, even though it's at a 5 star, there might still be a little bit there. So anyway, looks like most of this car is that blue. So we're going to have to paint our spots plus these 2 doors. Let's go ahead and get that color code. 5467B4. Hit the N key as in Nancy. 5467B4. Just hit enter. It'll lock in place. And every time you pull up your notepad, that will be in there. See, I've already forgotten what the number is, so I just hit N and it pulls it up. 5467B4. And there it is. Let's just buy 1 can to start off with. We might need to come back for a second can since we have those 2 door and that quarter panel, but all we're going to do is just paint over these spots. There we go. We can't quite get this one. Let's see if we can reach it. There we go. There we go. Let's come over to this door real quick and grab the spots that we grinded out, and then check it out. This rocker panel, it's blue, but it's not the same blue. So go ahead and paint the whole thing. We're going to open up this door real quick, make sure the inside is done where we grinded, and make sure the inside of the rocker is too, and it is. This back little piece is also the wrong color, so we're going to have to paint that. There we go. Let's just crouch in here a little bit. These can be a little bit tricky to get sometimes, so you just have to kind of push Q and then come out like that, and then you'll get it. Another tip, if you're painting, if you press your left Alt button, it'll freeze the screen, and then you can paint like this. which is one, kind of satisfying to do it this way, and two, it does actually help a lot sometimes when painting this way. So anyway, there we go. We're going to press Alt again to unlock that freeze frame. And we're just going to make sure we got underneath here just like so. Now let's grab this top piece and the top of the door here as well. There we go. Let's take a look at the car. And we didn't get it all, you can see here. And that's because the inside of this door is the wrong color. So you can typically... This will typically bleed through the door panel, so we're going to see if that actually works. And as you can see over here, it did. We are now at a 5-star on color and rust. So we're going to close the door and, well, there's only one thing that we can do, and that's sell it. Check it out. We're now from $10,000 up to $22.4 thousand. We're going to buy this Jesse next because this is $10,000. And one tip on doing quick flips or doing these kind of flips, the more expensive the car, like that Chad or Bart that we started on, that blue one that we just did, you'll get more profits off of. So usually it's worth going for the more expensive cars. But let's see how this one does since it has this whole dented front end. So let's grab our hammer first, actually, because we need to see if that panel is repairable. And it's not. This panel is completely trash. So if we grab our grinder here, it's not actually going to grind this rust out. Now this rust doesn't count toward our total overall. So let's go ahead and grab the rust that we can grind, which is going to be not on this. This is completely trash as well, but we can see the hood is still good. So let's grab our hammer. We can't pound out that hood, unfortunately. It looks like it's fine. Let's just check the other panels real quick, however. There's a bunch of rust down here on this quarter panel, or this rocker. Okay, so the only rust that's on this thing right now is down here. So let's grab it. Now sometimes these rocker panels are a little bit hard to get. So what we're going to do is check the top side first. There's a little bit of rust. Good, it actually disappeared. Let's come back down. Now this part's going to be a little bit tricky. If you hold down your left control button and you scroll your mouse wheel, you can kind of crouch in incremental heights, right? So anyway, we're going to scroll as low as we possibly can get. We're going to get as close as we can. We're going to try to hit this rust as best as we can. I think we got it, but check it out. There's actually some rust in the back of this thing as well. So we're going to hit all this. It disappeared. Let's hit I. So we didn't get all the rust. It does show it's still at a 4-star. Let's unstuck ourselves. So if you get stuck in a vehicle, press escape. You can hit this unstuck button. All it does is move you forward a little bit of space. So if you just keep pressing it, it'll just kind of keep moving you forward. But it helps it so you don't clip through this. Anyway, we have still rust on this, and where it is, it's going to be under that rocker, I think. So in order to get under there, we're going to have to go grab our jack. So let's go do that real quick. We do have a jack inside of the garage. It's a real small jack, but what we're going to grab is the jack at the store, as it does go just a little bit higher, and it's a little bit easier to kind of maneuver around. And once you're at the store, yeah, it's just this jack here. It's kind of expensive, $420, but you can bag it. So we're just going to bag it and then run back on over to that used car lot. And now that we're back, we're just going to press tab, pull out our bag again, push your middle button in, your middle mouse wheel, and it will drop it. We need to go ahead and rotate this around. Slide it underneath right here, and then jack it up. There we go. Once it's all the way up, we're going to grab our yellow grinding disc. We're going to scroll all the way down, and we're going to look under this thing and see if there's any more rust under here. It's a little bit hard to see because of the color, but check it out. There is no rust. So the rust that we're looking for is going to be somewhere else. Let's open up the tailgate, look under there. What we're going to actually do next is grab our wrench out of here. Actually, I didn't even pick it up earlier. It spawned when we came into the game on this shelf back here. So I had to run over here and grab it. But anyway, let's get back over there. Okay, so we're back at the car. Let's go ahead and pull off this quarter panel since it's no good. And let's look at the value quick. It didn't go up too much. As you can see, it's only worth 11.6. But let's go ahead and pull this off. There we go. And then we're going to pull off this one and this one right here, except for we can't see it. There it is, though. There it is. Let's just pull this whole thing off. There we go. And as you can see, oh, the rust must have been on one of these two pieces. Okay. Okay, so yeah, because these are broken. We can't put them back on. It won't even let you. This as well. If we try, yeah, it won't even let us. So anyway, let's go ahead and set that down. We can pull off that bumper as well. It's junk, but let's just press I. Let's go ahead and get our paint. We need 587C6C. Okay, so let's hit the little spots that we grinded. There's one up here. Let's see, there was none back here. We didn't grab any there. There's some on the inside. Here's that rocker. Let's go ahead and grab all of that. There we go. And then let's grab the inside of this bed that we grinded, which is just this little spot here. Now, if we look, it is at a 5-star on color, rust, and clean state. So you could just sell it. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and replace this fender and this grill. Let's just go ahead and do that, and we could see how much it'll go up. So it's at 16.4 thousand. Remember, we bought this for 10. So let's go grab a front left fender and a grill. And I would also recommend buying one of these torches. They're only $100, but you won't regret it. It's definitely going to be worth it. So let's go ahead and take this all back to the used car shop. All right, we're back over here. But yeah, the reason why I say it's worth it, check out, if we drop it, you right click, you can turn this on, and it just gives you a lot more lighting. Let's go ahead and throw this front grille on. Actually, it might not go on. It will. It will. These parts are bent, as you can see, this radiator thing. We could have replaced it, but we're not. We're just going to go ahead and put on the new grill, which is right here. We're going to tighten it up, right? 1, 2, and then if we come over to our old grill, there's going to be 2 screws on the very top side. If we loosen those, we can take out this little center grill right here and attach this to it as well. There we go. And now let's go ahead and grab our wrench, and we're going to put on this quarter panel. And I bought the wrong one, by the way. There's a front left, not a front right. Anyway, let me go grab the correct one. Okay, I'm back with it. We're just going to go ahead and slap it on. We're going to grab our wrench and get it tightened up, and then we're just going to paint it, and we'll see how much it went up in value. Because if we look at it right now, it's less than what it was before we put those on, but that's because this color condition went down by 1 star. Every star this goes down, a certain percentage of the value will decrease per part. So anyway, let's grab that green paint, which is right here. Let's go ahead and paint this front. There we go. Let's go ahead and paint this quarter panel. And up here. And then let's take a look at it. All right, there we go. So as you can see, it wasn't really worth wasting the time to put those pieces on. I mean, but as far as dollar value, it didn't go up crazy amount. We spent like an extra 5 or 10 minutes doing all of that, but let's go ahead and sell it. And now we're up to almost 30,000. So as you can see, this process is a good way to kind of get started and make some money. Like this here, it's 9,000. We won't make a crap load off of this, but we'll make a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and do maybe 2 more cars as examples, and I think we'll end it there. But let's go ahead and get the rust first. As you can see, we're going to need a lot more paint for this car. That rust is already gone. Let's keep a look around the back, on the sides. Here's this rocker. There we go. I think we got it. Let's go ahead and press it and check it out. We got all of the rust. Now we just need to paint it. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you do happen to leave your jack where it was, there's a good chance the next car will spawn right on top of it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get the paint. It's going to be this dark blue OBO E90. Now I wanted to show you, if you're not a fan of constantly running back and forth, you can grab this tool that I have in my hand, that white thing, and then you can pick up almost any furniture things, and we could just bring this whole table over here if we wanted to. You know, if you don't like having to run all the way over there. And if you just set it down, sometimes it won't lock into place and it'll move around. All you have to do is save and then quit, come back into the game, and then the table will be locked. But you can access this here, and whatever you purchase will just spawn right in front of you like that. So, you know, anyway, let's go ahead and finish painting this thing real quick. It is this door, so we're going to go ahead and paint the side first, right? We're going to grab underneath like this, and then we're just going to spam through it like this and hope that we actually get it. The best way to do it, though, would be just to pull off that panel. But as you can see, it is at a 5-star. Before we do that, if you sit in any car seat, you can see that writing at the bottom, enter to sit down. But if we press backspace, it's going to change the time of the day, and all you have to do is go to a new day and it'll respawn your used car lot. So let's go ahead and sell this real quick for 11.8. We're up to 30,000 now, and let's just do one more car. Okay, they all spawned in. We have another Jesse here with a lot of rust on it. Let's take a look at it. It's only 6,000. Here is a Bart worth 14,000, and here is a Jason worth 15.6. This Jason you would not want to buy because there's no rust that needs to be done. You could still make money off this because the color value's down. Like if we just bought this and painted it, we would make some money. But do beware, this car right now, it's still fairly new. You might not be able to get that color condition all the way up to a 5-star. Anyway, let's go ahead and buy this one for 14.3. And let's not buy this one. Just kidding. We will buy this one because we do have the money. So we're going to grab both of those. Look, we have both these cars now, and we are at the starting money of $10,000, right? So anyway, let's just go ahead and de-rust these real quick and get them painted. Okay, finally disappeared. That one was a little bit of a hassle, but it is worth noting you could speed up this process if you'd go to that auto shop store and buy a sandblaster. Here's the pry tool, and this will take off the trim, right? So we're just going to grab it, and there is rust under it. See? Yep. So let's grab our thing and let's de-rust that, and then let's take a look. And that wasn't what we were looking for, but there was still rust under there. So do keep in mind, rust can hide under trim. So if you're having a really hard time trying to figure out where the heck some rust went, well, there you might be. Anyway, let's grab our jack. We're going to jack up this left side real quick, and we're going to check under this rocker panel. And if we come under, you can see that, yep, there was some rust underneath of here. Let's grab it. It's not the easiest thing to get. A lot of times you just have to be directly underneath. It's not the easiest. You might have to get at some weird angles. There we go, though. Check it out. We got it. Let's press I and check it out. It is at a 5-star now. All we have to do now is paint both of these cars. Let's go ahead and shut this door, drop the jack, and let's go grab our paints. And we should be pretty much all set at this point. So let's start with this one. What color is it? 6A6, A62. Another trick is you could always jump up onto the hood to grab some of the paint that you can't hit. And pro tip, if you hold down your space bar, you can get a little bit of a higher jump. Anyway, let's grab the rest of this. Now this door, we have to remember the inside, we have to get that painted. Since the door is green, that means the whole door is going to be green, right? So let's open it up. There we go. Let's take a look all the way around. It's looking good. Don't forget to check your the bottom of your backs and the fronts here. Right, I think it's all good. Let's take a look. It is. Let's go ahead and sell it for the 21.3. Adios. And now let's go ahead and paint this car. That brown, 775030. And did we get the front of it? We did not. Yeah, we're going to grab the hammer. It looks like this is kind of beat up. It might actually be a dead panel, this roof, by the way. Let's take a look at the car. Yeah. Let's grab our hammer real quick. Okay, see, this one's poundable, so we should have did this first. It's my bad, but let's go ahead and pound this thing out. That's actually the radiator brace, so you're just going to open up the hood and get back in here and just start clicking. Yeah, anytime you see a hammer, you just want to do this until the hammer disappears, okay? This car had a lot of damage, actually, so we shouldn't have painted this yet. We should have did the hammer before we did any painting. Anyway, let's come around. Tailgate, this bed, the side panel. And I think it's just this firewall, which don't forget, the firewall does actually come all the way down, so you could find it better if you open up your doors. The hammer looks like it's completely disappeared. We're just going to run back through here one more time. Make sure you check your floorboards and all of that. Look, we missed one. Where is it? It's something underneath the car. So let's get underneath and let's take a look. I think it's this frame piece. And it was that frame piece. We're just going to kind of come under here, check everything. Okay, that looks good. So whenever you do denting, you need to make sure you buy or have some of this. They do sell it at that gas station over there. And we're just going to Bondo this whole car up now. And you're going to do it till it disappears. Once it disappears, if you let go, you're going to see that it's actually empty. We just need to run over to the gas station and buy some more. So let's go do that real quick. Don't be afraid to stock up on it. They're only 12 bucks. So we bought like 7 or something, and your backpack here, it holds 10 items. So, and let's just continue bondoing this up. Okay, I think we got it on. Just going to kind of go around the whole car. As you can see, the lid's still on. It's not a chrome bottom. So we still have Bondo in here, but yeah, that's going to be the whole car. So let's go ahead and drop that. If we look at it now, we can see that that color condition went way down. So now we just need to paint this whole thing again, and we'll be done with it. And then we're going to go ahead and pull off this whole roof. Since the windows are bad, as well as the entire roof is crunched, we're just going to pull this off. There we go. Grab it. All right, perfect. Okay, now if we look at the car now, it is worth 13.7, which is a pretty great profit. But before we move on, we're going to actually replace this entire hood. Okay, so let's go grab one at the auto store real quick. Roof. I meant to say roof. And I have a new one actually right here. We're just going to go ahead and put this on right away. Now, we do need to weld that back on, so you do need to grab your welder. Let's just go over to the shop and grab that real quick. There it is on the ground. We're just going to grab this, and then don't forget, when you're doing welding, you do need to grab this box of electrodes. So let's just go weld that thing on, paint it, and sell it. All right, so all you got to do is pull this off, drop your electrodes, right click, left click to drop it, stick it on just like that, put it in hand, and then just hit these little white things, and that'll put that back on. And then we just need to come back through and paint that. But this should add a pretty good extra value to the car. Okay, it's all painted. If we look at it, it's worth 13.9, right? With an overall condition of 1 star. So here's the rear window. Here's the front windshield. So here's the windshield. Let's go put these on real quick. Okay, here's the rear window, and I just realized the reason why I couldn't get that trim off, it's part of the actual headliner. So this is a good liner. We're going to actually take all of this off and put it on there. We are going to need the screwdriver, however. So let's go ahead and remove this mirror. Okay, let's grab this headliner, and then let's stick it in, and it does fit. Let's grab our screwdriver again. and then grab this mirror. And this mirror is gonna be what holds that in place. There we go, and there we go. And if we shut the doors, we can see the trim lines up now. Excellent. Let's take a look at the value. And as we can see, that increased it quite a bit. So we're just going to sell it for the 14.4. And check it out. We're already almost up to $50,000. We do have quite a mess going on here. But anyway, that's going to be it for this one, you guys. I just wanted to show to new players of the game how to kind of get started and get some money flowing. This is definitely the fastest way to make money. And then once you buy the sandblaster, it goes even faster. So I would say the next step after this would be to buy one of these cars in here, since we have about 50,000. Maybe not a lad, maybe something a little bit more expensive, but then the goal would be to 5-star a vehicle. So like for instance, that Jesse, we could have done a 5-star all the way down, meaning replacing all of the bad parts and putting nothing but good parts on. Once you have a car that has all 5 stars, if you come to your map, we start here at this red dot, right? If you come over to the right here to this main city, you're going to see this blue wrench. It's a service center. If you could get a car that's fully 5 stars, you take it to that service center, you get like an additional 30% bonus. So that would be the next step after this. But yeah, just doing these quick flips right out of the used car lot is a great way to make money. And before I actually get out of here, I just wanted to give another pro tip. Whenever you're playing the game, turn your autosave off. Just turn it off. And then every time, if you're going to go somewhere or whatever, just quick save. Or before you start a project, just quick save it. But leave your autosave off. This can really screw you up badly, especially if you do, you know, take an hour or two to work on something. You forget to save it, and then even if it's not your fault, something happens in the game, like a glitch or something, you're going to be screwed, especially if it auto-saved, because each save file is only 1 slot. So do turn that off. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. I think I've went on long enough. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you did learn something. We'll see you guys in another one later on, everybody. Later on.